Hey everybody, welcome to day dose of 31 Days of Horror. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I've got a special guest here. Introduce yourself.
It's the eye of the titty, it's the titty that doesn't blink.
Alrighty. What's your name?
If I had headlines, I'd eat it. You know why? It makes no fucking sense, just like this fucking movie.
What's your name?
Oh! Jackey. Yeah, that's it, Jackey. I remembered! Yay!
Wow, high five. Oh, well, anyway, here we go. Day 2, we were watching Verotika. And we're back.
I'm, speechless.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what I just fucking watched!
I know. This movie was terrible.
The whole thing was.
Yeah. This was just atrocious.
So we can start off with the first one, you know.
The first story.
Notes.
Alright, so the first story, because there's three stories. It's so alright, I'm gonna read the thing that says on Shudder right now for the synopsis. From the mind of misfits and metal icon Glenn Danzig, Verotika is an outrageous trilogy of erotic horror stories, culled from the filmmaker's long-running comic series, destined for cult status and demanding rowdy group viewings. So it's demanding rowdy group viewings. Okay. Verotika is unlike anything you've ever seen.
What does that mean, demanding rowdy group?
It means that it's saying basically that it's trying to be like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Have you ever been there?
They failed.
Yeah, this is something that they want like seen on the big screen on like multiple like midnight showings.
It's
and
never
stuff.
gonna happen.
No, this movie is not.
Sorry, Glenn.
This movie is not like Rocky Horror Picture Show at all. Though, I mean, I can see where it wants to be, but it's not.
Okay, start talking about the first episode.
Okay. So, first episode, I forgot what was the fucking first episode called. It was something.
I don't know. The neck.
Well, no, I mean, it's the breakneck guy, but it's like the spider. Something
Spider No Dick Man.
I don't know.
Spider No Dick Man.
Albino spider. Something.
Butthole Man.
I don't know.
We don't remember.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because
it
was only like all of them are only 30 minutes or so long or close to it, and honestly,
it seemed a lot longer.
It seemed a lot longer. Like we paused it for a minute or for a little bit and talked or whatever. Then we played it, and then it like that one minute just felt forever, and then we'll talk about that in a little bit. But go to the first story. So, we have a little bit of notes that we wrote about it.
Yeah, we already said that. Okay. With that being said, it was basically about prostitutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're where are they?
France.
Okay.
France.
Okay, that was where they were, and in the beginning, you kind of understand that you get the understanding that it's going to be about prostitutes, but then like the opening scene, you know, it's like a girl giving head to a guy, so you're like, okay, like whatever, just going along with the storyline. But then she's okay with sucking dick, not okay with showing her tits.
So he kept pawing and trying to get it, and like the whole time I'm like, dude, chick, just get off him.
She wasn't really fighting it.
Yeah, she wasn't really fighting it because story, you have to see it, right? You have to see the tits. And then what happens?
Then her shirt comes up.
Right.
And for nipples, she has eyeballs.
Eyeballs for nipples.
That don't move, don't blink, don't talk.
Eyeball titty lady.
And are never explained.
No.
They're never explained.
It's never explained why. All we know is she's embarrassed by them. That's it. So, there you go.
See, Eye of the titty that never blinks.
It does never blinks at all. Which would be, I think that would be funny in a way if it blinked, but no.
I mean, it would have done more for me than what I just fucking saw. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so then let's talk about the villain.
Yeah, so let's you were bringing up a good point. There was like Nightmare on Elm Street kind of thing where anytime she dreams, the killer is like kind of free, I guess. Comes out.
It's the only thing that makes him alive.
So it makes him alive. So, anytime she's dreaming or whatever, going to sleep, he's like, oh, please go to sleep. And he's the spider thing, like albino spider thingy.
It's like a vampire spider without vampire teeth.
Yeah, because he doesn't even.
But then he also loves to rape prostitutes in the ass, but he has no dick.
Right. So, there's that. All right. Yeah. So, next point. What the fuck is happening? We're watching this movie, going, I don't get half of the storylines in this thing. So basically, the chick is dreaming, people are dying, and then she goes to she tells her friend about it. Her friend dies because when she dreams, I guess her friend is there, and was she also a prostitute? I guess
she dreams about all of her friends dying.
Yeah. So then they all die, and then was it
and we don't even know why he's killing them.
No,
it doesn't even explain that he's a serial killer, fucking spider, no dick man.
Well, now that I know it's a comic book series that Verotika was based off of, I'm wondering if there's more explanations in the comics than there are. Like if this is one of the stories from the comics and you just decided to put it out. But maybe that explains a lot more shit. But you didn't do it really good on this,
Well, maybe it should have mentioned the fact that you should look into the comics before you watch this, because we gave no character background at all.
Nothing. And the worst part is, I'm just gonna say this real quick. Worst part is to go back to the beginning, which we didn't really talk about. We talked about the stories, but the beginning has this chick named Morella, and I was like, why didn't they call it Verotika? Her Verotika, I understand it's based on a comic series called Verotika, but nothing explains the title. Anyway, so go back.
Yeah, so she's like a, what do you call her?
Elvira.
She's like an Elvira who introduces each one of these fucking stories.
Yeah.
Very badly.
We're going back and forth just like this fucking movie does.
Yep.
What is it?
This was the photo shoot. Remember?
Oh yeah. There was a bunch of prostitutes that are, I guess, models too, and they're getting photos taken. And for some reason, she starts dreaming or something, or starts kind of whatever.
Yeah, so they send her home.
So they send her home, and after they're like, "Oh, it's done, it's done." A couple of the prostitutes are still posing.
The cameraman, the photographer, clearly fucking left. He's done for the day. And they're just sitting there still posing for a camera that's no longer there.
And the one chick in leather is just
yeah, she was really into it.
She was.
Oh, you go, girl.
All right.
There was a big rip in the Spider-Man dick. Where it should have been. Right. Yep. In the costume.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the phone. So there was That was the strangest thing. So I guess we forgot to talk about the theater. The theater happens. So she goes to a porno theater, which she didn't even know existed because they don't really exist around here anymore. But they used to exist.
I never knew that.
And
something I could have lived without knowing.
I know, but whatever. Because you were just confused as fuck when we were watching it, going, why are they in a theater watching a porno?
She walked into a theater with dudes. She's the only female in there.
And then she's in the middle of 3 dudes, I think it was.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were sitting next to each other. And I was thinking, what the fuck? I know there you pointed out there was a chair between them.
They were social distancing, okay?
They were social distancing watching a porno. It was weird. Who the fuck? And it's not even they were doing anything weird or anything. They were just watching the porno, and I'm just I guess that's weird enough. Like, why don't you just watch a porno with your friend? Like, I don't know. I would never do that. Like, even if...
Hey, let's invite over all the guys and watch some porn.
Yeah, it's...
I don't want to get into that. I don't know if that happens, and I don't want to know if it does. Let's rewind.
No, let's fast forward.
Okay.
That way. So...
That's pretty much it, except for what cracked me up was you were like, why are they having a photo shoot? They're prostitutes. Prostitutes don't get their photo taken.
Well, not like, I mean, I guess if they're models, but like, you know, I just was like, why the fuck are they, like, modeling or whatever when, I don't know.
Well, the whole genuine idea here is that nothing was explained as to why it was happening. We don't know anything.
Also, so she gets on the phone to call the cops and let the cops know that the neck break guy or whatever is coming, whatever they call
like
a neck break.
Neck.
Yeah, bin neck lady. But like a neck break killer or whatever they call them.
The neck break, no dick Spider-Man villain.
So she calls the cops and takes a bunch of pills. And
on a rotary phone.
On a rotary phone and doesn't dial. So she picks up the phone and she's like, hello, can I get the police?
Hello.
And then they call the police. I guess the police say, we're on our way or whatever. Then the no dick spider man is like, I've got you, ha ha ha, you're going, you know, whatever. Because, like, he needs her to stay alive and to sleep.
Which we have no idea why.
Yeah. So she says, oh, I'm going to basically die right now, so it doesn't matter anymore. And he's like, no! But we never see him actually put his hands on her neck. Yet the police barge in. They break that fucking door. That door is broken down. They come in and then they go, they put the guns at him. Which, I'm sorry, but if I saw, like, a spider-looking dude, like, at all, I'd be a little like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, there was never a what the fuck.
They were just like,
it's like, Mer.
They go, put your hands off, get your hands off that girl's neck. And I never saw...
They were never on her neck.
Never on her neck.
He was standing up, she was on the floor.
Yeah. Unless he has some... I mean, he had some long arms, but I don't think they were that long. Anyway, you never... And if they were, you never saw it. So there was no, like, insert of the hand being on the... You know? Yeah. Which is what you need to do.
All in all, you could rate it as a comedy. That made no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the second one.
Okay,
this one was
second movie. Oh yeah,
mystery.
Well, just to end that one, there's no ending. Like literally, they shoot the guy, he dies, and that was literally it.
We're done.
Like that.
He dead.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. So it ended just as awful as it began. So moving on to the next one.
Yep. Okay, and then it was the second one was the mystery lady.
Mystery lady, which I've actually interviewed Rachel Alec, who played the mystery girl.
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah. I made a big deal out of it.
He's gonna name drop this whole movie.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people, or I've had a lot of people on my radio show.
I know a lot of people.
Hey, whatever.
Whoa! I should be paying to sit next to you.
I know you should.
No. Okay. So. Okay. So first off, so we were talking about how so it's a strip club scene.
Yep. Well, it begins with the girl coming in and like attacking the girl and taking her face from the very beginning.
Very beginning.
And the girl's like, "What? You want my face? Why?
Why?"
And then the girl's like, "I'm gonna take your face if you know whether you want it to or not." And then she just kind of comes in and takes the face real freaking quick. You don't really see anything. It just cuts to that. So it's like, okay.
And then there was a lot of cut tos from the female killer, she can be a killer or whatever. She took people's faces off.
I guess she had to kill them.
It did a lot of cut tos of her just either talking in the mirror or talking, we don't see till later that she's collecting the faces. Mm-hmm. And this is after they've already said that there's been 13 dead, but there's only 7 faces on the wall. Mm-hmm.
So
Someone can't do math.
Where are all the other faces?
Someone can't do math.
No, I just think there's just other faces roaming around.
Maybe they're in her drawer.
Maybe. Well, we know one of them was in her hand at one point. So anyway.
And then one was on her face.
And one was on her face. So there's
That's
9. So there's like 4 or so. I don't know.
You do the math.
I don't know. I'm really bad at it.
Okay, so most of it's in the strip club, though. Mm-hmm. And then cutting back and forth to lady who talks to herself in the mirror with faces. Mm-hmm. And then they have the mystery girl come out.
Uh-huh. Which is the girl who's collecting the faces.
It is the girl who's collecting the faces. However, mystery girl, I do not get this. It's a strip club. You go to see ass and titties. Mm-hmm. You see her ass and titties, but she got her face covered up.
But the mystery is the face.
And she has a cape on.
Yeah.
Which, by the way... She flaps it around like a fucking bird mating call.
Yeah, that was. We did a bit back
years
in
ago.
2010. Yeah, 2010.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, 10 years ago, where she did a bird mating call, and that happened to be just like that.
I did it with a blanket over me, though.
Yeah. She did it with a cloth over her in the movie. But she did it with like a blanket over her.
And then there was the scene without her out there dancing, and there was 0 customers in the bar.
Mm-hmm. So 0 customers in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one point, I'm like, you can't get a couple of the crew members to just look, Let's talk about the, not the sheriff, but the... Oh, the sergeant.
The
sergeant. Played by Sean Kanan, who was in Karate Kid Part 3. I always liked him. And he's got like a ball cap on because I know the dude actually has hair. I've seen things or whatever. So they didn't shave his head. I think he had a ball cap on. It really looked bad.
And by the way, I'm not talking bad about anyone. I've been in the shit of shit films. I'm just pointing out the obvious here. I'm sure you've done great stuff. You had a line that said, "Very seriously, I'm pretty sure the same killer did this."
No, it was, even go back a little further on that. He was like, okay, there's 13 deaths. All of them have been the faces cut off. I'm pretty sure the same killer did this.
And then the police officer next to him goes, "You think?"
to the sergeant. Like, that's his boss. And he goes, "I think it was his boss. I hope it was his boss." Because, like, it seemed really strange, but he's like, "You think?"
Nothing was ever stated for any of the characters as who exactly they were. I mean, some you could figure it out, but other ones you were like, "Is it?"
Yeah, so anyway, the ending of this whole thing is that the killer, or the sergeant, catches her, finds her. By the way, the sergeant goes to the strip club. This girl's like, "Get out of the way. This is blocked. Oh my God, you can't come in here." Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, "Let me in or I'll arrest you." She's like, "Okay." Like, that's simple. Like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he gets in there, and then they're all like, "We're going to defend our stripper buddy, and we're going to say blah, blah, blah. You can't do anything about it." Then he says something to the effect of like,
"I am a cop.
I'm gonna like, basically I'll arrest you if you don't show me where this girl is." So one girl, what did you call her? You called her something, or you said something about her, and then she looks over.
The poodle girl.
The poodle girl. You said she looked like a poodle.
I'm sorry, it was a bad wig.
I know.
I'm sure she's really pretty. And
so she goes up and she goes, like, as if, like, the dude literally couldn't just leave and walk around to where this place is. But anyway, she points over, and the guy, the sergeant, goes looking and says,
"Thank you, Dollface."
Says "Thank you, Dollface." But says, like, something like, when he's trying to catch the girl, like, "I know you're around here. You've been killing all these people."
Yeah, I forgot. And then she attacks from behind.
And then he shoots straight ahead. He like, bam, bam, bam.
And all of a sudden he's turned around the other way.
She got shot somehow or something. And then so she runs off, and he's like, "You're not going to get very far with your bloody leg," or whatever. And then she takes off, and it cuts to 6 months later, she's at a new strip club, I guess. It looked like the same one.
Yeah.
She's at a new strip club. Her name is Mysterio now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Little bit different outfit. That's it.
A little bit different outfit.
Face still covered.
Face still covered.
You can still see tits and ass.
Yeah, I mean, same girl, whatever. Moving on.
Same shit, different pile. All right.
So, that was the second story.
Yeah.
And we're on to the third. So get ready for this one.
Okay, so it actually starts off looking pretty cool. And, I mean, a little bit. And so we're kind of like, okay.
Okay, so first off, it starts off with a castle in the background.
But the castle looks like it came out of a pop-up book.
Yeah, it was probably a pop-up book castle.
They just, like, did a close-up on the pop-up book.
Yeah, or something. Somehow or another. They made it, like, they green screened the pop-up book.
Very badly.
Yeah, it looked fake. So they have a castle, they have horses. I mean, this is like, oh man, this looks like a good high production value from the start. You know, it looks like 1800s or 1700s, whatever it's supposed to be.
Medieval times, right?
I mean, maybe 1600s, whatever it is. Medieval-ish times, I don't know. There's a countessa who is basically looking for virgins so that she can stay young. Well, I mean...
They were all blonde.
They were all blonde, but I don't think that was necessarily...
Well, they made it a thing.
They made it a thing in the movie, but I mean, she never says anything about it.
No, but they're all blonde.
But they were all blonde. So she picks, she sees this peasant girl, and she's talking to the peasant woman, mother, and she's like, basically, we'll take this one, here's some money. This lady, like, apparently lives in a bunch of hay, and...
No, they're just very poor, yeah. It's like, they live... They're very, 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 very poor.
Very poor. So, she takes the money, right, and goes... Sells her daughter, and then the lady, the peasant woman, is just, like, holding the money, like, excited.
Well, we guess this lady is supposed to be the queen or something.
She's a countessa, so I think that's like a countess, I guess, which is like... Count is like what Dracula is. Count Dracula, it's a royalty, so she's sort of royalty. She probably lives in that castle.
In a castle down by the river.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Where wolves live. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. So she takes these the virgins, and she basically takes one at a time, and she takes the peasant girl first, who the other girl, like her sidekick chick, that's kind of with her, whatever, the assistant, is like pretty much like bragging like, she's not gonna take you, you're too ugly or whatever, or something, you're not good enough. And then the girl comes up there and she's like, I want her.
By the way, none of this even fucking matters with the story.
Yeah, because all of them end up getting killed anyway.
Long story short, she takes them all, and she kills them, and she takes, like, a bath blood with all of the chicks.
Bloodbath. Like, literally a bloodbath.
And for, like, I guess they needed to kill time because she did this with blood for about a fucking hour.
There was a lot of, like, dragging moments where we were just like... Can you hurry the story up a little bit? Get it up a little bit. And so then after she kills the first girl or whatever and drains her blood and bathes in it, she goes out to the woods area and waits for a wolf to come, and she feeds the wolf some of the food from the human blood.
She talks about virgin meat being good.
Good for the wolf, and the wolf goes and...
And then she sends the wolf out to go get her more virgins, which makes no sense because a wolf never delivered a virgin in the first place.
Yeah.
What's the wolf gonna go out and go, hey, virgin, get on my back. I'm gonna take you to the count. We're gonna go to the castle. Yeehaw.
That's exactly what the wolf would say.
Never fucking happened.
But the wolf turns around and leaves, and that's it. You never see the wolf again.
Nope.
Never even a mention of a wolf again. Then you see a hanging chick, which she was even mentioning, like, that would fucking suck to hang that long and everything.
I wouldn't do it,
like,
especially
as
for a
an
movie
actor.
like this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to all involved. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the chick dies from getting killed, but the chick, whatever. And then
bad prosthetics. The blood.
Oh my god. the terrible prosthetic. You thought it was a fake boob job or something, right?
That's on the last one that she killed.
Was it the last one?
Yeah, with the titty.
Oh, okay.
Well, they all had titties. What am I talking about?
Yeah, they're all... I mean, that's all...
This whole thing was basically just tits and gore for no reason at all.
Yep.
So if that's your thing...
Which that is a lot of people's thing. So, I mean, if you're watching this just because it's like semi-porn, you know, whatever. Have at you. But if you want a real story with substance, this is not it.
Yeah, I do not like it.
So then this other chick tries to leave, right? She's running really
this is very
weird.
end scene.
Yeah, very end scene. So she's running from 2 guards very slowly. The guards catch up. I thought she was going to trip.
She was panicking, but running super slowly, and she was running like this. I was like, why is she grabbing herself here?
So she ran, she grabbed herself, whatever, and then she gets kidnapped again, brought back, and then her head's chopped off.
She's beheaded.
And her eyeballs are like this thin, you know.
One of them is like this big after she gets her head cut off, and the other one's like normal size, and it's like cockeyed off. I don't know.
It was just a really bad, like prosthetic, I guess, head. But and then she's thrown into the fire, and then that's it, pretty much, right? Like that was it.
Wait.
Did we miss something?
Wait. Am I wrong? Or did she say, I'm gonna behead you and throw your head into the fire, but she has a fucking head collection? Did we miss that?
No, she said she was gonna put the body in the fire. She did throw the body in the fire.
Okay.
And then she
drank the
that's
blood?
right. She did take the heads. That was the end. End was that she took the head back and she had a head collection.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Which
the only thing any of these had in common was
endings with like collections of something.
Yeah, that had no explanation.
Yeah, I mean there was, except for the first one, the spider no dick guy. He didn't have like a collection really. He didn't collect them. You know, he just killed them.
It's true.
So there was no collection in the first. Now, if they tied it together, like there was, it would have been cool had Morella or whatever have all the collections like in her house or something at the end. You could see them all and everything or something. Like there was something tied into it. Other than just the telling the story, and it's just kind of like I've made anthologies, and at least what I do is I tie them up with the wraparound being them telling the stories. This was kind of just boring.
Oh wait, I do think that the very last one, the whole point of her killing the virgins and taking the blood in it was it made her stay youthful, but it never explained how old she was in the first place.
Or like,
and it never really explained that it made her youthful. That's just my guessing of it.
Yeah. So
overall, we're very confused.
Yeah, this movie definitely is very confusing. I don't know. I didn't like it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna say, oh, good job, Glenn Danzig, who has, you know, you can make a movie, man. Like, you have the talent of people around you. I don't understand why this became like total trash. Like, I don't like. And Shudder, sometimes their exclusives are really, really good. This just didn't do it for me.
Well, I mean, all we can do is I know he's made a couple more movies, so we can sit around and see if
they get better,
improve.
Yeah,
we all have been known to make bad movies, and God knows I have. Well, I didn't make them. I didn't have a choice in how they were made.
Yep.
That's
You're
everyone else's fault. But with that being said, overall,
we were talking about that too.
We know a lot of these people, and we love you all.
This was a step above a lot of stuff that we've seen and that we've even reviewed on Indie Film Cafe. So I don't think that this is, you know.
Well, the way it was shot, but storyline wise,
Yeah. The way it was shot, the way it looked like, you know, like whatever. Some of the effects were pretty cool. I mean,
not all of them were bad. I still don't understand the eyeball titties.
I don't know if that's. I now I want to read the comics because I want to see if there's any explanation, like if that's a character that was like created for Verotika the comic or something, and like So now we get her story. See, that's kind of cool idea. But like, if you don't read them and you don't know, and you just know that they're based on the comic because the Shudder said so, you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's crap. I can't. I wanted to, because everybody had said this was not that good. I wanted to be that person that was like, come on, there's gotta be some, and there was some good to it. It wasn't
some good, some bad.
It wasn't absolutely 100%. Like we watched it. You know what I mean? There are some movies that are unwatchable. You can't watch them at all because they're so boring.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was forced to watch this. I would have gotten up hours ago.
I know. If you weren't having to do, she didn't have to critique this, she wouldn't have.
No, my brain hurts, and now I don't know what I'm gonna watch to clear it before I go to bed.
No. Verotika 2.
Yep. On it. Already rented it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking this out. This is day 2 of 31 Days of Horror. I don't know how I'm going to survive. I have to watch. I have to watch so many of these. And some are probably might even be worse than this movie.
It'll help during the pandemic.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe I'll help. I don't know.
Yeah, she might watch some of them with me. Why not? But thank you. And Glenn, we're not saying anything like, whatever. So don't get mad. Don't murder us.
Therethis no murder. It's mother.
Mother. Oh,
like mother, but dang. You don't even know this.
I don't know the song. We're cutting that out.
I'm done. I'm done.
Anyway.
Okay. Bye, guys.
We're gonna need to redo that ending.
No.
Yep.
Keep it. That's hilarious.
I don't even know the song.
It is.
All I could hear you do when you were doing it, or him, period, singing, is like all I heard was murder. I don't know.
Mother.
Okay.
Mother.
We're done. This is terrible.
It's not. It's funny. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.